Hey everyone, welcome back to another video of Hugo on AI, and today we're going to be talking about Sam Altman and what he reveals about what's next for AI, and it's not what you think, or is it? So I recently watched an AI interview with Sam Altman at Snowflake Summit, and he gave us some clear insights into what he thought was happening in the world of AI and where we thought it was going. Sam's a leader in the AI space. Obviously has insights into the industry that we just don't have at this moment. So when he talks, I listen. And I'm going to cover off some of the key things that he spoke about, which I'm sure you're going to find interesting. So the first thing that he covered off was AI is here to stay. I'm sure we all know that. Like the progress of AI has been absolutely astonishing. There's no holding it back. It is going mainstream very quickly. I think looking back, ChatGPT got to 100 million users in 2 months, I think, and that was significantly faster than, say, Instagram or Netflix, so it wasn't even comparable. So we all know that enterprises are adopting AI, small businesses are leveraging AI of any type. It's all over the place. Even people like you and me are using AI on a day-to-day basis, so it's here to stay. So the next big point that he discussed was around agents and agentic AI. And this is really an abstraction layer from the AI model. The agent is something that can interact with other services and data, and then also interact with the AI model, which is like the brain, and it can be very focused at doing certain things and going off and making sure that it's done, and also interacting with the model. At the moment, I think a good example of this is something like Copilot, where you are interacting with your code. You can interact with GitHub and other things, and it basically works with you. And how he described it is, at the moment, the agents are sort of similar to interns within a business, so they can work with you and help you, but they're not very intelligent at this stage. But his prediction is that in the next year or two, which isn't that far away, in the grand scheme of things at all, that these agents are going to be more like senior employees. So they are going to be able to perform very complex tasks and challenges on their own with minimal oversight, and perhaps even working as teams. And you can feed in your business challenges, problems, enterprise wide, and these teams of agents will go out and solve this for you. So that's a massive advancement that we can expect in terms of agents in the not too distant future. So also to be aware, there's a lot of things happening in the infrastructure space. There's common protocols and ways of connecting these agents to different services and data sources, just like traditionally we would have connected APIs through API gateways and endpoints and all that sort of thing. Same sort of things happening in the agent world, using MCP services and other technologies, which allows them to communicate effectively, making the infrastructures in place. The models are there for the agents to communicate, and obviously advancements in the models' reasoning capabilities makes this whole agentic infrastructure very interesting, and something that is going to become much more significant in the coming year or two. The next key point that he was speaking about, that Sam was speaking about, is smarter AI. And in order to have smarter AI, we need memory associated with AI, and we need really targeted retrieval mechanisms. So in terms of memory, not so long, it wasn't too long ago where you would be chatting with your chatbot and it wouldn't have any memory, and every conversation that you'd have with it would start again and would have to be fresh, and wouldn't remember anything about previous conversations or any other information you'd fed in. But now recently, the chatbots now have memory built in, so they capture information about you and store it. They also capture your past conversations, and they can refer to this information when you are talking with it or querying it, and that makes it a lot more intelligent because it has this information. Obviously, there might be some concerns. You may have some concerns with these chat services having all this information about you, so that's a decision that you need to make, whether how comfortable you are sharing all this information. but obviously the more information you share, the more useful these services become. I think there are toggles within them to switch them on and off, but the real value starts coming when you have this memory and something else around called RAG, or retrieval augmented generation. This is when you can get very targeted results but still use the critical thinking of the models, but you combine it with very focused information about your company. For example, you might have loads of PDFs about support documentation around your company of how you deal with certain things that you would want to provide in a support situation. So you would provide a question to the AI model, and you would also add in the support documents, and that would help the output from the model be very focused on the information stored in your support documents. So that becomes very targeted retrieval. It's not just a generic answer, it's an answer that's very focused on the information related to what you have fed into it. So that provides much smarter AI along with the memory. So those are two things which have really advanced AI. The last thing I think I will cover in this video is where Sam sees the future for AI models, and he sees these as being tiny models with superhuman reasoning and then tool access, which we spoke around the agents and the infrastructure in place for these agents to go and query all sorts of things. So that infrastructure being in place for the communication of this and these huge context windows. Now, context windows is how much data can you feed into the model for it to think about and then give you an answer. So if you have access to all these services and data all over the internet, you've got these agents that can go and query this data and then feed all of that data that it retrieves into these models. The model then is the brain, thinks about this and gives back an answer, and then that's how he sees this working. Whereas at the moment you've got these very big models, they contain a lot of data in them, and he sees this as not an effective way of managing the data in these models. So he expects that data to be cut out, but the reasoning and the thinking, the cleverness of the model to remain intact, and it becomes a lot smaller, and all the data is just sort of out there on the internet, and it can retrieve this data, feed it into the model, come up, think about it, and spit out an answer. And that is a big change to where we are now, and it opens up a lot more possibilities with this technology. So I hope you found that useful. Just remember that artificial intelligence isn't human. What makes us different is we're driven by emotion. We have chemicals in our brain which drives us, and that influences how we behave. These AI models are based on logic and math, so they're very intelligent at doing specific things, but they're not human. So it's how do we as humans utilize this technology to advance ourselves, our businesses, our careers, our cultures. So so hopefully you found that interesting. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Please drop a comment below, like and subscribe, and I'll see you at the next video. Thanks again. Bye.